Corey and G for coffee and conversation of all things clean. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks
How
for
are you?
having me.
You're,
This is cool.
well, this is your first time in North Carolina,
This
and
is
then
my
your first time here.
this is my first time in North Carolina. Last time I went to North Carolina, I was driving through it, going to Florida.
That is right.
That's about it.
Yeah, yeah.
This is cool.
So a little bit of the backstory. I've worked with George, and George has worked with me professionally for 3, 4 years now.
Close to,
Yeah. We actually met through Instagram, his business page and mine, because he was using, let's just say, an inferior product.
It was good
Okay.
for Target brand.
Okay.
I was using a Shark.
Yes.
It was like the best $200 I had ever spent. And I thought I was the man. You know.
Yeah, he did. He thought he was it using a shark.
I
But
mean,
that's how we met. And I sent a DM on Instagram, and then the story has sold itself since then. And we've worked together, and I've been to New York many times, and we've been to Florida together many times, and we've made many, many mutual friends and business partnerships along the way, and it's been a great venture so far.
yeah, it has. No.
So,
I've learned a lot. I mean, about vacuums and machines and the importance of using proper equipment to keep your home clean.
yep.
Uh, a lot of my followers and clients know that I love the SIBO brands that we're using, and they're amazing. And it's been good. It has. And we have been to Florida a few times.
So tell the ones that are watching that may not follow us on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. This may be posted cross channels and YouTube. Give a little intro about who is George,
Yeah. Well, if they're not following us, that's already the.
and then let's bleep that in. Go over on Instagram. I am at the House of Vacuums, and
I
you
am
are.
at GS Cleaning NY.
And is that on TikTok, Instagram?
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and we've got our own website. You can buy our amazing products.
Yes.
That's me.
Your little avatar. How cute.
That is me. Who am I? I'm a carpet connoisseur. I used to call myself a carpet cleaner. Now I try to make it sound fancy. I've been doing carpet since I was 15.
Wow.
I'm 34 now,
Old.
and I've worked for several companies before I started my own about 6 years ago.
Okay.
And then when I started, the goal was to just be as different as possible compared to everyone else.
Sure.
And how I did that was through the social content, the videos, the educational aspect of what I do. I try to teach people about fabrics and how to clean things, how not to clean things. I think people invest a lot of money in the textiles of their home. So, one small mistake by using the wrong product, you ruin a $10,000 rug.
That is correct.
And it's happened more times than so. And I feel like that's why I'm here. And that's why we're doing this,
Correct.
to just educate. I think it's a lot of guys, no matter what field they're in, they're not educating their customer. I feel maybe they're afraid that the client
May know too much.
know too much, but we're total opposite here.
Yeah.
We want you guys
Absolutely.
to know as much as possible.
Yep. Because an educated consumer is the best consumer.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you are located out of New York.
New York, but we service New Jersey, the Hamptons, Connecticut, West Palm Beach as well now. And, we focus on quality, not quantity. So for those that do follow me, you guys have seen the work that I do. We are a pretty small, I call it small, small company that focuses on quality work. Coming into your home and taking care of everything that you have the right way, making sure your fabrics, don't alter in any way, and really just providing just a high level of service.
Yeah, and that I can vouch for you do. And then also, to touch very quickly, you do offer housekeeping
We do
services.
housekeeping as well. We started housekeeping about a year and a half ago.
Hmm.
That's a touchy subject.
Hmm.
Everyone has their own housekeeper. We all know
Yes.
how that goes.
Yeah,
Uh,
but to interject to that, cleaning is such a big word in the sense that everyone has their own version of clean.
yeah, they do. They do. Some people are more crazy about it,
Hmm.
neurotic to an extent. And I've gone to homes where, I mean, you take a white glove and you won't find anything. But then I go to some homes that need a little more attention, and that's fine.
Yep.
But we started the housekeeping because, excuse me, a lot of my clients were just asking me for it, and so my wife decided to open up that part of G's and
Hmm.
hired some amazing people,
Hmm.
and we've just been doing some good things.
Yep.
Cleaned a lot of homes.
And that you have.
Yeah.
And you have, an extensive client list, and the only way you could have achieved that client list is by trust and respect.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very personal job. I don't think people realize how personal cleaning can get.
That is right.
I'm in their home,
Hmm.
I'm in their closet.
Yep.
You know, I, it's you've got to have someone that you trust, and I'd like to think that I've built this rapport with my clients
Hmm.
where they trust me to, I mean,
A whole nother
a
level.
whole nother level.
Yep.
And I really, that's what I base my whole company on. Just
Hmm.
me as a human being too. I think it's important for people to be able to trust you, especially with social media.
Yes.
If you're on social media and you're presenting your work and you're
Hmm.
showing your work, you've you've got to do good work. You can't do bad work
No,
and be on social media.
because that is very transparent.
Yeah, you're not going to last that long.
Correct. Correct.
So
You can't tell one person one thing and show another.
no,
Yeah.
no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And then, of course, like being in tandem with you helps because now not only do I go into their homes
Hmm.
and I clean their homes and their carpets, but now I'm able to offer them aftercare
Correct.
to where they have the proper vacuums
Yes.
and tools and accessories
Hmm.
to keep that home clean
Yep.
for a certain extent of time.
That's right. And what you do in your business goes hand in hand with what I do in my business.
Absolutely.
And that's why it's been such a great partnership, as well as we're both equal in the way we treat individuals and customers. And so that's why it's been such a good partnership there. So that's a little bit about George and GS Cleaning.
I'm not that interesting. I'm really not.
We won't
Uh,
shrink your head a little bit, too big. I am Cory, Cory Hankins. I am the owner of the House of Vacuums. The showroom is located in High Point, North Carolina. A little bit of backstory about High Point. High Point is the furniture capital of the world. House of Vacuums has been in business since 1970. It is a staple in this area. We are in hundreds of thousands of homes and commercial businesses where they live, work, learn, and play. Um, I am the third owner of House of Vacuums, and I have taken this company to the next level with the social aspects and really more community involvement. So yes, we are located in High Point, but we service the entire country for products and supplies, and dominantly more of the East Coast from New York all the way down to the Keys in Florida. And as you pointed out, SIBO is just one of the many brands that we carry in floor care, and then commercial from Riccar to Miele, SIBO, Simplicity, Titan, and so on, many other names in the industry. And then we do so much more than vacuums. We carry anything clean, from cleaning products to Maison Berger, which is perfume for the home. G's has his amazing product. It is, of course, in our showroom as well. And the one thing that I hit on with every product that we sell is we've tested it. So all these vacuums, either me or my guys have used, and we only sell products that are going to stand the test of time. That's why when you walk in this showroom, you're not going to see the same vacuums that you see at Walmart, Target, or the box stores. Yep.
We're not going to talk about that.
No.
We're not going to mention names.
I will not mention any names. I am not getting any more cease and desist orders from these. So as I've instructed, mention very, very little on those names.
I've gotten a cease and desist.
Have you?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
From a furniture company.
okay. Tisk.
Not going to mention the name.
No, you better not.
So,
So that's a little bit about the House of Vacuums. Again, we already hit our social channels. Check us out. If you all have any questions at all on anything clean, if you are in the tri-state New York area or on the East Coast, or you could be in California for all that matter, if you have a question, reach out to us and we'll be happy to answer and help you in any way possible.
you could be all over the world.
Yeah. We've got customers all the way. I've sold in London. We've sold in the Turks. Hawaii, Bahamas, and then all the way down into what was the Saint Paul? I'm trying to remember the last one we went to. It's crazy.
It's amazing. I've had people put this in their luggage.
Really?
And I had this one lady who took it to Israel,
Okay.
to her mom.
Okay.
She took 2 bottles in her luggage.
Yes.
And then I've shipped to Canada, Dubai,
Yes. Yeah.
internationally known.
International, yes. Yeah, and I always ask these customers to even reach out to us through our website for sales, and then they'll send us an email because on our website it's just for the U.S.-based customers, and they say, "Hey, do you ship?" And sure enough, we'll make it work because they reached out to us for a reason, and they could have shopped with their local area,
Oh, yeah.
but they chose not to.
Well, yeah. I mean,
And then I do want to add this point that in our industry, your industry is totally different than my industry. No one in your industry does what you do. And I'm just not saying that just because we're sitting here and we are filling our heads with hot air. Truthfully, there's no one else in the industry that does what you do, that has amazing products, that has the trust and followers that you do. Equally, I can say the same in my industry. There's no one with showroom like this and that offers the products and the knowledge and the service that we do. Again, that's why we're such a duo on that.
yeah, no. Well, that's because a lot of people aren't willing to put in that effort, or they don't see the long, game.
Yes.
The end goal of growing and establishing dominance.
And we've been asked, you've been asked, hey, why don't you open here? Why don't you open there? Why don't you come here? Well, in a way, we like it small because then we are fully responsible and can control our customer base and quality control.
Which is
when you go in fast food chains, you could go from Florida to California to Idaho, and you're going to get different service. And it's going to be some of it's good, some of it's bad, some of the food's good, some of it's off, but we keep it small, and it's always amazing.
That is true.
Yep.
That is true. And I've wanted to grow and have more guys and do more homes, but I've realized that giving that personal touch to people, it just feels better. Like you said, you can control everything. You can control the quality, and people notice it.
Correct.
Some of my clients will notice when I'm not on the job site.
Oh, okay.
Even though my guys are amazing,
Yep.
They'll, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if maybe they want like the conversation or they just want to meet me or whatever the case may be. They'll know when I'm not on the job site.
Sure.
Quality doesn't change. Team is amazing, but people like that personal touch.
They really do.
It's like going to London Jewelers and seeing Scott Udell, or going to 4-5 and saying hi to Stefanos. It's just that personal.
It's all about the personal touch and the face behind the brand.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's what it is.
Absolutely.
So,
So, let's wrap this video up. I'm going to ask you 2 questions of your industry, and you ask me 2 questions.
sounds good.
So, I personally have a question. What is, in your sense of, like, what is the top one or two carpet manufacturers for quality?
Well, there's, I mean,
Or there, can you
well
name
now,
just that?
well nowadays there's so many people making carpets, from manufacturers to designers coming out with their own line of carpets. There's, these rug studios that are making their own carpets. I mean, I work with some amazing designers that make their own carpets, like the Cara Woodhouse, the Michelle Gersons. I also work with an amazing duo of ladies over at Fayette Studios.
Okay.
And in my industry, a lot of people, and it's clear out there, Stark.
See, so let me rephrase this.
Yeah.
What do you see your consumers
Stark.
think?
Stark.
Okay.
Everyone wants a Stark rug or
Okay.
Stark carpet, and they're amazing.
Okay.
I've worked with Ashley Stark personally, phenomenal human being. Chad Stark as well. Follow each other on Instagram. Their carpets are, just top tier, and they're beautiful. And I have cleaned 1,000, if not more, of their rugs in my lifetime, and they're it. But there's a lot of
Okay.
other manufacturers
Out there.
that are making rugs, and there are. But
Okay.
when it comes to the name,
That's it.
it's Stark. Yeah.
And my last question for you is, what is the one thing that you absolutely hate to clean?
What do you think?
Viscose.
It's just, it's any fabric that's just not good, any fabric that doesn't react well with water, is full of chemicals, and that's typically viscose, rayon, tencel, art silk, banana silk, bamboo silk. I have customers that have bought rugs
Okay.
that were told was silk because the tag on the back says art silk.
So is that viscose?
Yeah, so it's artificial silk.
Okay.
And they've paid a lot of money for it. Sad to see. And that's what a lot of these.
And I've seen the same in the industry when people come to us after spending, $50,000, $100,000 on rugs for their home,
Yeah.
and they need a proper vacuum to clean them. And I'll go and flip the rug over, and they said it was silk, but it's in true viscose.
It's horrible. And that's why I got the cease and desist letter, because I actually pointed that out
Okay.
for a specific furniture company. We're not going to mention names,
Not today.
but 2 letters. They sent me a nice
Little letter.
It's just terrible. I think it's terrible.
Okay.
But that's why people trust me. That's why, you going back to that whole thing of like I've built this like rapport with my clients, is because I can't BS people, and neither can you. Because your customers are going to show up at your showroom again. My clientele, I might see them at Toku or Cipollini,
Or any one of the restaurants.
or any one of the restaurants that I go to. So it's you got to do right by people.
That is correct. You do.
And it goes a long way.
That's it.
It really does.
So shoot 2 card questions towards me.
Well, we can't mention names. What do you think about the? Do you have one here? Am I allowed to bring it?
No.
Okay. What do you think about the infamous stick vacuum?
The one that everyone knows.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not going to doubt that they've done a phenomenal job with their marketing, and they have changed the industry in so many ways. Yes, they're a very innovative company, but they are products that don't go the extra mile. And they have somewhat convinced consumers that a stick vacuum is all that they need. If you have a small 1-bedroom apartment and it's all bare flooring, that stick vacuum probably would work for you. But if you have a home and you've got custom rugs and it's, 3,000 square feet, so incorrect. And we see it time and time and time and time again that they come in, they're clogged, they've had it a year, and the batteries have lasted maybe a year because they've burned them out because they're overusing them. So stick vacuums, that particular brand, we see so many issues out of. Um, but again, you walk down aisle 13 at Costco and you see them on $6.99, $7.99, $11.99 now.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
And you spend the money, and then in 2 years you're coming in and you've got trigger issues in the battery.
2 years.
Yes.
I've had customers complain after 6 months.
And that. I was trying to give them a little something. And again, I'm not saying that because, I could sell those products. But I'm not Amazon. I'm not Walmart. So if I sold these products and in 2 years these customers come back to me and I tell them I can't fix it after they spent $1,100, no, it's not.
Yeah.
So I choose not to.
You shouldn't. It's bad for business.
That is correct.
Bad for
That's
business.
correct. Yeah.
How important is having the right vacuum? I mean, because people always say, well, gee, is there really a difference? Can't I just get the store brand?
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference? I think that's what people want to know is, what is the difference
There is.
between this and
Yep.
what
So
we just
again,
spoke about?
like you were talking, it's about education in the industry. A big part of my job and my guy's job, and it's education. Because you can go to any box store, any store today, and you're going to see some form of a vacuum cleaner. But will that vacuum cleaner effectively clean for your home? That's different. So a vacuum is a thankless appliance. You think you can run out to a box store, pick up one, and it's a one-size-fit-all. And it's truly not. Every home is different, and every cleaning situation is different. If you have, like you were saying, custom carpet in the home, to bare flooring, to certain styles of bare flooring, you can't run hard plastic over them because it can mar and scratch. And then the flip side to cleaning is just allergies and the emissions in the home. So when you are looking at a vacuum cleaner, you not only have to look at the cleaning aspects of it, but you have to look at the health benefits that the vacuum can provide. Every vacuum cleaner that we sell is going to at least take a HEPA filter that's a sealed system, or it's going to be higher in hospital grade and beyond for filtration. Any bagless style setup, within 6 months, maybe a year, because of the moldings, they're made in Malaysia and China, they do warp because they overheat, and then they're no longer considered a sealed system. Mm-hmm. So vacuum cleaners and selecting the correct one is vital for the home, not only the longevity of your carpets and your flooring, but also when you're vacuuming, just the emissions that you're breathing in. A lot of vacuums, they emit carbon, and people don't realize that. You ingest carbon over and over and over and over, it is a leading cause of cancer. So there's lots of aspects, again, to cleaning homes, and a vacuum is one of the most vital tools for that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, once I switched over to the SIBO, what I've noticed is when I vacuum my clients' carpets before I wash it,
Sure.
A, I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff that they're not getting rid of.
Correct.
But B, when they have like pets and you get that dander smell, a lot of those other brands that are bagless, you turn the vacuum on and it smells so bad.
Yep.
And it's the number one complaint.
Yep.
And so when you use the bagged units with the filters and the hospital grade filters, it literally cleanses the air almost. It acts as like an air purifier as you're vacuuming.
It does.
Who wouldn't want that? Especially for my Brooklyn, Manhattan clients. I mean,
You're in the city.
I'm in the city.
Yeah.
That is, the number one thing, which is why I've sold so many of them. And I haven't had one person, knock on wood, that has said, hey, gee, I don't really like this vacuum.
Correct.
I put about 80 or 90 of those in homes, and everyone loves them.
It is.
Life-changing.
And it is life-changing to where it makes the job a lot easier. Yeah. And again, these machines are going to be with you 15, 20, 25 years from now. So are these products going to be a little bit more expensive up front? I mean, you can go to Costco and spend $1,100 on something that'll last you maybe 2 to 3 years, or you can spend that on a vacuum that's going to be with you 20 plus years and last, twice as long and give you far superior cleaning.
Well, one of my next points is, excuse me, when you vacuum with the SIBO, it's such a deep clean that you're not actually vacuuming so frequently. You don't have to do an everyday vacuuming
That's correct.
on your carpets when you use that because it gets so deep down and pulls everything out. Whereas with the stick vacuums, it's like
You're just cleaning your
you're
surface.
just cleaning the surface. It's very
it.
superficial.
That is it. Yeah.
That's what I've noticed.
Yep.
So,
So I'm going to wrap this up. And again, Cory Hankins, owner of the House of Vacuums in High Point, North Carolina, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, at the House of Vacuums.
and George, owner of G's Carpet Cleaning in New York and the tri-state area, GS Cleaning NY on Instagram.
All right. Take care, guys.